Okay, I think we can start. Welcome everyone to the Metal3 Community meeting. Today is Wednesday, 18th of August, 2021. And just like a quick reminder that this meeting is recorded and the video will be uploaded into the YouTube channel of the project. And also please add your name into the attendee list and also add like any topics that you want to discuss to the agenda. So let's start with a quick introduction. So if if there are anyone in the call which are new, so please go ahead and introduce yourself. Otherwise, I think let's continue with the item from Ada. So like a review request. So please go ahead.
Hello. This PR is enabling the validating webhook for bare metal operator, and it's a foundational work with some initial basic validations. Zane reviewed a couple of times, but I think it would be great some other people in the community also checked in case of not missing anything. That's why I put it in here. Thank you.
Okay. So anyone want to discuss about this pull request? Otherwise, please, if you have time, please come and take a look at this PR. Yep. And also just a small suggestion that like after everything is in place, so please like squash all the commits. So we just like have.
Yes, I will do that after the getting approval or
Yep.
looks good to me labels.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, let's move to the next item from Honza. So another review request. Please go ahead.
Hi, everybody. This is the proposal that's been open for quite a while now. In the last 2 weeks, I have made a lot of edits and addressed a lot of the feedback. It kind of looks messy, but I think most of the comments have been addressed and resolved. It's originally Steven's, so it kind of, I don't have the ability to go and like mark things as resolved. So I kind of have added the word done in places you might see. I think it's in pretty good shape. We have some of the things needed already merged upstream. For example, the Go for Cloud support for this. So this sort of reflects what the final implementation will look like. So your comments are requested and desired and welcome. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, so I can also see that we have like quite a lot reviews to this proposal and yeah, so please also take a look at this proposal and yeah, and I think maybe if like after a while, if we don't have any other comments or any other objections, so maybe you can like have but let's see consensus. Okay, if no one else want to discuss more about that proposal, so I think we can move to the next one from Char. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to know the status of this PR with regards to adding pre-provisioning image API and integrations. So that's something of interest to us right now. So I just wanted to know where we are with regards to that. I think Dimitri was working on that. No, sorry, not
Same.
Dimitri. Zane, yeah.
Yeah, I think both Zen and B3 were working with this one. Ah, yeah, it's from Zen. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just trying to find the unmute button. Um, yeah. So I haven't, because of reasons, I haven't been able to test this yet. So as soon as I try it out and fix all the bugs with it, I will put this proposal to a active. Yeah, for review, but hoping to get to that next week.
Okay, that's great.
Okay. Yeah, so please continue, Chai, to
Yeah.
follow up.
So I also opened an issue regarding. So it's more of a follow-up regarding what I spoke a few weeks back in the community meeting with regards to making the properties of the hardware drivers configurable so that the BMO can be adapted for custom use cases. So it would be great if you guys could comment on this issue as well, and if I can go ahead implementing this if you are fine with it.
Yeah, thank you, Chai, for the issue. So, anyone want to
And
discuss?
I'm also sorry for like the short description because it's my first time opening feature request as well. So
Yeah, no worry. Yeah, so please, anyone, if who have like any idea to please take care of this issue. Okay, I think we can move to the next item. I think from first. Yeah, please go ahead, first.
Yeah. Hi. So this was the recently opened issue in BMO, and I just wanted to just bring it up here and see if anyone has any suggestions. You don't have to answer right now. Maybe we could just discuss it offline on the issue. But the thing is, as part of move operation with the cluster CTL, all the status information of the BMH is stored in the metadata in the annotation. That is okay, but when we have quite a lot of hardware on a single node, for example, we have like 1,000 disks, and specifically when we have multipass disks, each and every single disk information is stored separately, and that is resulting in a huge annotation on the BMH. And there is a limit that is set in general in the global level in Kubernetes, which is 200 megabytes, something like that. So we're basically seeing this issue saying like metadata annotation too long. So I was wondering like if anyone had similar issue or like what would be the way that we like could address this. I tried to discuss it with the kubebuilder folks and they said the same. So it's just a global limit. We might have to like address it somehow in Metal3. One thing I was thinking is that maybe we don't have to store all the disk information. For example, we have 1,000 disks and 900 of them are part of the same multipass group. Maybe in that case, we don't have to store like 900, but just keep the multipass device information as a one unit so that it would just reduce the amount of data that we store in the annotation. So yeah, so just wanted to bring it up and like see if anyone has any suggestions on this. Yeah.
So I mean, I think the long-term solution to this is to actually make the hardware details a separate ZRD. Don't know if that. I mean, eventually we'll start running into the same limit, even with that, right?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, what you suggested with the disks sounds reasonable, but it would also not be nice to start thinking about how we can split it out in the long term and get it in its own CID.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think just having like a proper solution would be nice because for the multipass, yes, maybe like we could kind of do the workaround that instead of, for example, 100 disks, we have just one disk, like a multipass device stored in annotation. But if we have some other devices, which would eventually cause a problem, that's not going to work. So I agree that we need some sort of generic solution then for this. All right, thank you. I think if no other questions or comments, we could still just think about it and like maybe just propose some solutions to address this on the issue itself. Thank you. No.
I am also +1 with this separating the hardware details from the status or sub resource.
Yeah, I will put some thoughts on that and maybe just write down like the results on the issue, and let's see how it goes. Maybe if someone has any other suggestions, please just write it down on the issue and let's have a discussion.
Does this solve the problem? We are moving the same disk space to another CRD. I think as far as I understand this issue, the only option is do not store all the disk entries for multiple disks, right?
Yeah, that for if you don't store for the multipass disks, that will, I believe, work in for the disks. But if for some reason we have some other information, let's say, I don't know, just random, for example, NICs or like the interfaces or something else, maybe we're gonna run into the same issue.
Yes.
So of course it's a big number still, but having like some sort of other way to get out of this issue would be anything better.
Okay.
I believe that API objects are limited to 1 megabyte from memory. So if it were in a separate CRD, we'd have quite a bit of headroom.
Okay, so do you have any other ideas regarding this issue?
The only question that comes into my mind now that when we are rebuilding a bare metal host on after the pivot using the status annotation, do we require these hardware details?
Yeah, actually, like what are the, like, I don't recall it, but what are the status informations that we need to give to BMO so that it doesn't
As far as I recall, that it actually rebuilds the status sub resource from the annotation so that the ironic database is filled up correctly.
yeah, so that we don't go for the another inspection and so on, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's correct, but the hardware details isn't actually used for ironic, I don't think.
Then that's fine. Yeah, then it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The IP address is the only thing that you really need, because that's used to match the machine up with the node. The rest is more for kind of the convenience of users knowing what hardware they have.
All right, I think we could try with that. I will still think a bit more, but I think if we don't need that information to store actually, and just all IP, so that should be a good way, I think. But yeah, thanks everyone.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Let's move to the next item. I think also from First. Yep.
Yeah, thanks, Nam. So this is related to some internal stuff that we were doing, but while building the custom EPA, instead of using the one that we have in RDO, like we use in MetalCube, we are seeing two different base sense images. So the one that we pull from the RDO in MetalCube event seems to be CentOS 8 stream, although we discussed with Ricardo, and Ricardo was also pointing that it's actually CentOS 8, but we're seeing stream. And then when running this, when building the custom EPA with the image builder utility, we're specifying like CentOS and then the release 8. And at the end, when we're running the same, like the EPA that we built, we're seeing CentOS 8 instead of the stream. So I was wondering if there is some sort of like a flag or something like that that we're missing that is resulting to have different base CentOS for the EPA compared to one that we have in the RDO.
RDO has completely switched to CentOS stream for all the business. So seeing that images are downloaded, stream version is correct. If you want to build CentOS stream image yourself, I'm trying to remember what exactly you have to do. It's either a different release or a different distribution. I think it may be release version 8-stream.
In DIB, like in this image builder, they have a specific 8-stream flag for that.
Because I tried with different flags, but it was a thing. I tried basically all the possible options I could just think of, but maybe there is something that I was not actually haven't tried yet. So if there is a flag, that's good. I can try to search that.
Yeah, you need to use release 8-stream instead of release 8.
Okay, that's something I didn't try. Okay.
Yeah, so it's specified also in the latest, well, not the latest, but in the release notes. It's a recent one. The CentOS element supports CentOS 8 stream builds when run with dib_release = 8-stream.
Okay, that's really nice. That's really good. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna try that.
Sure.
If we don't have any other topic, may I just ask one more question since we have Ironic Fox on the call? So this is basically related to, again, to the EPA, like the custom EPA. So I'm not sure if that's the reason, but right now when we build this image, again, the same topic. So we have the base CentOS. And then when I use that EPA in the MetalCube event, the BMHs are stuck in inspecting. And at some point it goes to inspection error after the timeout. And if I check the EPA logs, I'm basically seeing something that says unable to find any system interfaces and IPMI system interface driver. And it just stops there, and that's it. So I was also wondering if there is some extra packages or the elements that I'm missing to build the image, like, or to have a then final image that is the same as the RDO, or could it be just because of the basic, like you said right now? So if I switch to stream, maybe it's gonna work, or maybe not. I'm not sure if if you guys have any idea.
Yes, you most certainly miss one element. Do you add any additional elements?
Only the dynamic login, like you do in the Zoom, I think.
Okay, then I'm quite confident that we require an element which is called. Let me. I'm just looking for it real quick. Here, simply extra hardware.
Extra hardware. Okay. Yeah.
Pasted somewhere. So this element is what you lack, because we in our configuration require the extra hardware collector. Yes, extra hardware introspection collector, and it requires an additional utility to be installed there.
Aha. All right. Yeah.
I suspect that may be the cause of your problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that because I didn't really enable it. I was just enabling this dynamic login because I saw in one of the Zoom logs that for every PR when you are building the IPA, you have this enabled, but I didn't show with this one. So hopefully this will help. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, dynamic login is the facility to provide public SSH keys through kernel parameters.
Yeah.
We support that, so it's useful to add.
Yeah, makes sense. Great. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks for Ruston. So, do we have any other topics? Any other things that's?
I have one question. Like, I'm not sure if I am like asking a foolish question, but I'd rather go for it. So, regarding this IPA building, like we have these kernel parameters which can configurable, but what if we want to configure something else? So, is there any thought of like providing the like these config files that we have, so that ability to like use the like I mean, use a separate config file while building IPA, where I can give certain parameters, for example, which is not like possible to change using the kernel parameters.
Do you have a specific example for that?
No, I don't have anything in mind, but I was just thinking like there are a certain set of kernel parameters that can be set, but then other than that, we are not allowed to set anything else, right? While we build IPA.
So kernel parameters are not set when building an IPA image. They are set through Ironic because it's XPixel booting or it's virtual media booting the kernel parameters.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my question was like enabling Ironic to do so, for example.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to speculate without having specific example. You always can write a disk image builder element that does whatever you need to do. It's not hard. I actually have a blog post on that. Time to
oh, that would be great. Yeah.
I some time ago wrote some stuff. Let me check real quick where it was. Yeah, it's part of a different blog post, but it's about customizing Ironic, and it has a few words on writing a disk image builder element. Essentially, it's like a bunch of bash scripts that you can use to do whatever you need to do.
Okay, thanks a lot. I'll go through it. Yeah, thanks.
Great. Anything else that we want to discuss today? Otherwise, so I think we can close the meeting today. And thank you very much for joining and for bringing very nice topics and nice conversation. Have a nice rest of the week. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thanks, everyone.